and Raymond Spottiswood's A Grammar of the Film to give him his entry into film theory and history.
But Shantiniketan taught me two things: to look at paintings and to look at nature. We used to go out in the afternoon to sketch from nature. Nandalal Bose, our master Moshaik, would steal up from behind, peer over the shoulder and say, "That's a good outline of a cow." But a cow is more than an outline. You must feel the form of the animal, the flesh and bones beneath the skin. In the 2.5 years, I had time to think and time to realize that almost without my being aware of it, the place had opened windows for me. More than anything else, it had brought to me an awareness of our tradition, which I knew would serve as a foundation for any branch of art that I wished to pursue.
A long tour in December 1941 of Ajanta, Ellora, Khajuraho and Elephanta with 4 of his friends extended Ray's artistic horizon from the Chinese landscapes, Japanese woodcuts and Indian miniatures he had discovered in Shantiniketan to the grandeur of rock-cut architecture and sculptures.
2 trips to the great art centers of India consolidate the idea of Indian tradition in my mind. At last, I was beginning to find myself and find my roots.
The mob frenzy after the death of Tagore that Ray witnessed in Calcutta left him in a state of bitter annoyance. The real sense of loss, however, would come to him much later in life. A year later, he returned to Calcutta permanently. The day he arrived, the Japanese bombed the city for the second time. His search for a job landed him as a junior visualizer in D.J. Keemer, a British advertising agency, where he found an excellent teacher in the new and different art form in Onnoda Munshi, the art director. The daily grind of dealing with products and clients was not something he could take for long, though he made the best of it in innovative, indigenous and realistic design drawing on the familiar. There was a relief from the drudgery and a sense of emancipation in Ray's involvement in book design and illustration for Signet Press. It was a challenge for Ray to illustrate the reprints of works by Abanindranath Tagore and his own grandfather and father. As he mastered the art, he made excellent use of folk motifs, traditional designs, and his own freedom of line. With these, he could tackle the distinctions of a wide range of books. The avant-garde poetry of the period in particular found a designer who could underscore the distinctive voices. He did not confine himself to books alone. Mastheads and logos led to an invitation card for a friend's wedding. The friend, Hori Shadon Dashgupta, was assistant to Jean Renoir when he filmed The River in and around Calcutta. Ray would later acknowledge in his memoirs that it was Renoir who planted the idea of making a film in his mind.
Jean Renoir had come to Calcutta to scout locations and interview actors for a film which he would be making in Bengal. On 2 occasions, I was lucky enough to be with him while he was out looking for locations. He reacted with gasps of surprise and delight at details which eventually found their way into his film, capturing the Bengal countryside as it had never been captured before. As Renoir told me, you don't have to have too many elements in a film, but whatever you do have must be the right elements, the expressive elements. A simple sounding advice which nevertheless